Hey everyone, it's Clayton here with Tekmods, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your soft-modded Wii after you purchase the SoftMod installation service from Tekmods.ca. So what you're going to need to set up your Wii after you have the actual soft-modded Wii is a USB hard drive. Not all hard drives are compatible. I'll post a link to the actual list where you can check to see if your hard drive is compatible with this. Most of them are though, so this is a Western Digital My Passport 320 gigabyte USB hard drive. So what you're going to want to do is first you're just going to want to simply plug it into your computer. So we'll have my USB drive, take that, plug it into my computer. There we go, open folder. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to have to zoom it out a bit there. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is just format this disk real quick. You may have multiple disks, but you should notice because mine's a 320 gigabyte, I'm just going to want to, mine's the local disk N, so simply right click it, hit format, and then select the NTFS format. So once you have that done, simply select start, and then it'll say formatting will erase all the data on the disk. That's exactly what you want. See, now the format is complete. So now that we have the hard drive formatted, we're going to want to exit out of here and eject it from our computer and then test it with our Wii. So let's do that right now. I just ejected it. I'm going to now plug it into my Wii. So, when you're setting up your Wii, here's just a quick note. You're going to need to take your hard drive and you're going to need to plug it into the very bottom USB port. Don't use the top one because if you have your Wii sitting down, laying down on its side, it'll be the bottom USB port. The very bottom one. You don't want to use the top one, it won't work. If you use the top one, your hard drive won't get recognized and you'll just get a message saying that there's no hard drive recognized. So simply plug it into your bottom USB port, and then after you've done that, you'll be able to power on your Wii. So now I'm going to want to go to my video channel and power on my Wii. So, you will notice now that you have you've actually turned on your Wii. You'll notice you have the two new channels here. You have the Homebrew channel and the USB Loader GX. So with the Homebrew channel, you'll be able to install extra apps from here. You can right now you'll only have the USB Loader app, but you can install extra apps if you feel like. We will include an 8 gigabyte card. An 8 gigabyte SD card, so that you will be able to install extra apps and things like that, and that'll should be more than enough room for you to install as much Homebrew as you want, because 8 gigabytes is pretty large for Homebrew. But yeah, so now I'm just going to go in and launch the USB loader and see if my drive is recognized. So I just hit start. Loading, initializing USB device. So now, no WBFS or fat NTFS partition found. So it's pretty much saying that it hasn't found your partition. So you don't want to format it and you don't want to hit return. What you want to do is select your actual partition now. So hit select. And then I'm going to go to my 298 gigabytes right here, my first NTFS partition. And then from there, I have no games installed, but from here, you now have your hard drive selected. So you have a few different options that you can do from here. You can turn off your Wii. You can launch the Homebrew channel or the Wii menu. You can also Homebrew launcher again. You can reload the SD card. You have a couple of settings here as well, which is just, I don't know, quite a few different settings. I'm not about to go through them though. There's also some themes you can download. There's over 16 pages of themes here that you can pick from. But I'm not going to do that right now. Right now I'm just going to go through and just show you quickly all the settings there. So you can also custom pass, update default settings. There we go. And then you're back to the starting. So you can also press this button to install a game. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to want to install a game from my my disk. So right now I have my new Super Mario's disc. Insert that into your Wii, and then as soon as it's inserted into your Wii, it should get noticed, and that pop-up will leave the screen. Okay, so continue to install the game, New Super Mario Bros. It's going to be 0.34 gigabyte on my hard drive. Hit OK. So this will take around, I don't know, around a minute or so. New Super Mario's is pretty small, so it's going to be quicker than the average game. And then as soon as it's done, you'll have the game installed on your hard drive, and then from there you can just eject the disk and keep it in your actual case, and then you won't need to put it in your drive every time you want to launch the game. So there we go, successfully installed. So now we have the new Super Mario Bros. Installed, and we can also just select it, and then you can download the covers. I'm not going to do that right now. If you select this, and you can select all the different colors you can covers you can download. But I'm just going to go and show also how to install the ISO format of games, because see, this will be in a WBFS format on your hard drive, but some people don't like that, and some people are going to want to use a different format. So I'm just going to power off my Wii. And now I'm going to go back to my actual hard drive and plug it into my computer again. So you will see, you can open up your folder now, and you should have a WBFS folder on the root of your drive now. If it's not there, you can create it if you didn't install a game, but as you can see, inside of the WBFS folder is where you're going to want to place your actual games. So you have your hard drive, you'll see right here. Once you select it, you should have a WBFS folder. That should be the only folder in the drive. Then from there, inside of the WBFS, you should have all your games. This is where you're going to want to place all your games. As you can see, I have the new Super Mario's backup that I just made. So it's in a WBFS format, but say if you have your your game in an ISO format, then what you're going to want to do is simply go back, and I also have Driver San Francisco here, but my backup is in an ISO format. So as you can see, this is it just has the actual name. All I have is driversanfrancisco.iso, and what you're going to want to do to actually get this game to play properly is download the program. I will provide a link in the description. It's called Wii ISO Renamer version 3. So extract that. You will have the file that you you'll have the actual exe program, or whatever you want to call it, the application. Just launch that, and then from there you can open an ISO file. So I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to go to my Driver San Francisco. So now I have the old game name, Driver San Francisco. Old game ID is SDVE41. So all you're going to want to do is write down the game name and the SDVE. So I'm going to go back and do that right now. So as you can see, I'm going to open up my drive again, my USB drive that I have connected. Go into the WBFS folder that we created, and simply from here, you're going to want to place your backup ISO file. Mine's the driver San Francisco. Place it directly into there. You don't want to create a folder for it, just drop it directly into the WBFS folder. So this is going to take a minute. I'm going to skip over this really quickly to just save you guys some time. Okay, so now that we have the ISO file copied onto the into the WBFS folder on the USB drive, as you can see, here's my USB drive, local disk N. Then I go in WBFS, and then I have my game driver San Francisco. So for this to properly work, we're going to need to add the game title ID. So to do this, I'm going to actually have to I'll just quickly open up. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so as you can see right here, you have the backup game files have to be copied into a folder named WBFS in the root of your USB drive on a FAT32 or NTFS partition, which we've already done. So now we have to, the file name layouts is the actual, what we're going to need to name the file. So it can either be a WBFS format or a .iso format. And then from there you're going to want to have the game title, which for me will be driver. And then I have to have the game ID, but I'll show you how to get the game ID right now by opening this program, which I am going to post a link in the description where you can download this actual program. It's called WeISO Renamer version 3. Extract it, pull the folder over, open it up. We have WeISO Renamer version 3 application. So we're going to want to open this application. And then from here, we can open an ISO file. So what we're going to want to do is open the actual ISO. So select Open ISO. And then select our driver San Francisco file. And then from here you'll get the old game name, which is driver San Francisco, and the old game ID, which is SDVE41. I don't know how well you guys can actually see that, but you should be able to see it a bit better there. So you can see the actual game name and then the game ID there. And that's what you're going to need to copy over is the actual game ID. So mine is SDVE41, and what I'm going to want to do is now go back into my USB drive, open up the USB drive again, go into the actual WBFS folder, and then now we have the driver San Francisco. We're going to want to rename this. So we have driver San Francisco, the actual ISO file. So simply select it, and then from there you have the driver San Francisco, which is already proper. Press space and then do a bracket, and then we'll put SDVE41 and then a closing bracket, and then now we have a properly named ISO file. So after it's properly named, all we'll need to do is close out of the actual file and eject our USB drive. So eject my USB drive, and now I'm going to plug it into my Wii. So again, plug it into the bottom USB port as always, because the top one does not work. So switch over to my video channel. Turn on my Wii. And then go back to the actual USB loader GX. Boot it up. And then as you can see, I have my new driver San Francisco file, which is in the ISO format. And then my new Super Mario Bros, which I installed earlier. And I'm just going to download some game covers actually, and then the original disc arts. See, so there you go, you can see the cover files, and you also have the file for the game. So you can select the game and then simply select it to launch, and there you go. So that's everything I wanted to show, and you have your game running on your new USB loader. So thanks for watching, and comment, rate, subscribe, and don't forget to check the description for a link to the files that you're going to need to download, and to the actual SoftMod installation service that is available from Tekmods.ca. So thanks.